Vision Scope Podcast.
Hey, it is I says he. Hey, it's your boy DJ Majesty, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Vision Scope Podcast. And let it go. Look, hey, I told y'all, look, it's Women's Month. You know what I mean? So all month long, you know, this is just gonna be. Hey, it's all about the women this month. You know, so y'all gonna have to get on board. Yeah, hey, y'all already on board because y'all my fellow visionaries. And look, let me stop the talking. Let me get to work. Hey, let me get to. Ooh, y'all. Hey, like I say, y'all know I get excited about these things, and I'm excited about another one. You know, hey, look, hey, y'all know I got to go to the phone, you know, because, hey, we got one with another extensive resume, you know what I mean? Hey, look, she comes to us out of Long Beach, California. Let's get that straight, you know what I mean? She was the chair of the DLBA Public Safety Team. She was the president of the Pine Business Association in Long Beach. She was the commissioner for the city of Long Beach, a human relations, right? Commissioner,
yep.
Right? Did I get
Absolutely.
that right?
You got it right. You got it right.
Yeah. Hey, man, look, she got... Oh man! Ooh, I tell you, ooh,
I gave him homework. Look, I gave him homework.
Man, she was a fighter. You know, program director, health teacher. She's she keeps LBC fit. You know what I'm saying? She's the founder and the board member, and she was the owner and a certified personal trainer. And we're gonna get to all that today. You know what I mean? I like to introduce to you the one, the only, like I say, out of Long Beach, California, an Italian. Miss Gina, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey,
What's up?
Did I get all that right?
Yes, but it's GIO.
GIO. What did I say?
Gina, but it's GIO.
And guess what, y'all? I just went over it with her. You know what I mean? 2 seconds ago. Hey, but you know what? We don't do no edits. You know, we're going to keep all the mistakes. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes us better. You know, visionary.
I love that.
You know, hey.
Making us human? What?
That's
We're
what
human.
we are. Hey, and she know I knows her name. I done said her name about 100 times, you know. But sometimes when the lights, the camera gets on, I get excited. I told y'all already know what happens, you know. And it's not about me. It's about the women today. And this one, hey, it's about Gio. Hey, we're going to get to her right now. Once again, how you doing this lovely evening?
It's awesome. I'm so excited that we're doing this. We've been talking about it for at least maybe a month and a half, 2 months, and here we are. So we finally were able to get it going. So.
Hey, we're getting it going, and let me not, hey, I cannot start this interview off by not giving a big shout out to the wild Chive, you know, I got to get that right. Hey, the Wild Chive, that's where we at. You know, hey, the owners, they let us grace us, you know what I'm saying? Let us use their space, you know, to do the interview. And it's all love, you know. So, hey, y'all in the Long Beach area, hey, you like some good vegetarian meals?
Yep. It's a full vegan restaurant, so come on by. It's a very good, comfort food. My friends own this restaurant, so we gotta give them a little plug there.
Hey, not a little plug. We're going to give them a big plug. And let me tell you, hey, y'all know, hey, I'm not the vegan eater. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily my forte. But I'm always willing to try new things. You know what I mean? You never know. They may have that dish that just makes me go, pow. So guess what? Hey, I'm going to come back. And when I come back, y'all going to know that. You know what I mean? Because, hey, that's what we do. You know what I mean? We support. You know what I mean? All businesses. And today, you know, the Wild Chive. Did I pronounce that right? Chive. I'm so bad with names, y'all. But we're going to get this right. The Wild Chive. Y'all going to come and support. All right? So, now let's get to Gio. Here we go. Ooh, this story. So, we know I already mentioned you're from Long Beach, correct?
Yep.
You know?
I've been here. I came here to go to the university, and that's where I graduated college. And I've been here literally we're rolling up to 17 years.
Nice. Which one university?
So Cal State Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got health science was my major, and once I got here, and once you have the Long Beach experience, it's kind of hard to leave. The diversity, the inclusiveness, it's better than some of the surrounding cities. Sorry, I'm biased, but it is.
Hey, so I like Long Beach, but I can't. I love the surrounding cities too. So I can't. I love them. Yep. But so all right. So you've been outside. So where are you originally from?
So actually I was born in the Bronx, New York, actually, but raised in California because I was 4 years old when we came here. So my parents, they're Italian immigrants, ended up in New York in the Bronx, got married, had 2 kids, and then when I was 4 years old, we moved here to Cali. So Southern California has been basically my home my whole life.
Home, hey, I'm not mad at that, So, okay, so you raised in Cali. So tell us, when did you get the entrepreneurship bug? At what age did it, did it hit you? Or did you got it wear to it?
In all honesty, probably my whole life, right? Like, I think thinking outside of the box and making my dreams and desires obtainable, especially if we are going to talk about it being Women's History Month.
Yes.
Being a woman, you do have to fight, and you do have to try to kind of find out of the box thinking sometimes to get what you want, because we're not quite there as a society to just welcome the equity involved. So if you have a business mind, if you have whatever those goals may be, so basically I think my whole life I've always thought about things I've wanted to do.
Nice.
And you kind of went over my resume a little bit, but it changes. I kind of grown into so many different career paths.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is the proof of being an entrepreneur is having the faith that I'm going to try to do this thing, but I'm really not trying. I'm going to get there. But, let's try and see if I like this thing.
Yeah.
And then if I like it, it's done. I'm already there. Whether it's, being a firefighter, being a high school teacher, to being a small business owner, a fitness trainer, to producing short films and all that other stuff.
So what was your first entrepreneur experience, like your first business? And what age were you?
I would say the first business was
big or small? Now it don't have to be official, LLC. It could have been selling candy.
Right. I think just thinking back, definitely after school programs and getting to a point where you're coaching, because I was also, an athlete, and so coaching and then realizing that I enjoyed teaching kids.
Yes.
So then my first real entrepreneur, I think, experience was creating my own after-school curriculum and fitness program. It was like a boot camp.
Okay.
And then I pitched that to the companies that I was working with and for.
Yeah.
And then became an independent contractor, and they paid me for my curriculum and for me to teach. So I think that would be the first entrepreneur experience, is me saying, okay, I'm getting paid hourly to work for you. What if I create something that you really want and need? I create it, and then you pay me as an independent contractor, which also gave me a pay increase and gave me more control. And then before I knew it, I was contracted with 12 schools within Long Beach. So. And that's early 20s is when that happened.
Look, and then that just came from just out the box thinking and having the guts to go say, hey, look, hey, see my visionaries, look, all these lessons, man. This is why I love doing this, because, hey, this is why I love doing this.
Yeah, but it is that, right? With entrepreneurs is you feed off of each other. So these moments are really where, to me, the magic happens. The collaborations, the ideas. The Wild Chive, the restaurant we're in right now, they're the same mentality of, Wendy and Susie are the same mentality. Nice. They're like, how do we work together? How can we do something together? Like, let's help each other out.
I heard a quote. It says, all right, let's see, make let me slow down, make sure I get it right. It said you can go fast alone, but you can go further with somebody else, with the group. You know what I mean? And it's like, I like, you know what I'm saying? I like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like you want to go further, you know what I'm saying? You get a team and you're able to go further. So, okay, so boom, you got that. Then what was the next step for you from an entrepreneurial standpoint?
So after that,
or a life entrepreneur. What was the next step?
So I did working after school programs, and then obviously went full blown personal trainer, and then created my own clientele working out of gyms. And this is now separate, right? Not just kids and after school programs, but now adults and getting their fitness goals. And so I did that, and then obviously, I was at the university finishing my bachelor's and stuff, and ended up a teacher.
So wait, slow down. So you started the business, the fitness thing, and this is all the while you were in college going to school. So you skipped over that part. You kind of skipped. I'm like, wait, you was a student, which made that entrepreneurial experience just a little bit more tough because you're a full-time student?
Yeah, I was a full-time. So that's the other thing is money will drive you, right? Starvation will drive you. As a starving student, it was, top ramen nights because that's what I had left in my account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it does drive you to say, man, I'm working really hard. I'm full-time work, full-time student, and I'm barely making ends meet here. How do I flip this up a little to make it more to my advantage? And that's where I created my own curriculum and then said, look, this is something you guys have been saying you wanted. I created it. You don't have to create it, but you do have to pay me more for it.
Exactly.
So I did that, and then I got my degree, and then eventually, I was also doing some personal training outside of that, just adults, and then I was a high school teacher for a couple of years, and they did massive budget cuts in 2008, 2009. So anyone who was a new teacher got cut, and then it was like, well, crap, now what am I going to do, And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to be full-time personal trainer, eventually open my own gym. And it took me 3 years to build my business plan, my credit scores, and get a loan. And then I ended up opening a gym.
Okay, where did you open the gym up at?
Downtown Long Beach. Groundwork Fitness was my gym.
Nice.
It still is, but unfortunately, I had that gym 7 years.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we had to shut it down for the pandemic because I couldn't survive. It was a major blow.
Yeah, you ain't the only one.
So now we're out at the beach, just out of my van, personal training at the beach, outdoors.
Nice. Hey, look. I say nice, not because you lost your business, but nice in the sense of you ain't letting it stop you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if and when I get to the brick and mortar gym, I get that. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, all right, this is what we doing, and you just taking it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is from the outside looking in. Just step by as it goes. You know?
No, totally, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. I had a moment of like depression when it first hit and shock, right? Because now you have to go into survival mode, right?
Exactly.
The world stopped and it was like, whoa. So once I got through navigating through that, then eventually you have to figure out, okay, how am I going to get out of this hole, And so, and that's where I wrote my first short when we were on lockdown. I was just thinking of, man, I've always wanted to do this thing, self-reflection. What do I want to do moving forward? How do I want to change things up? And then that's when I wrote my first short film. Your
first short film. Okay, now let's talk about the short film, right? I know that's your baby right there.
It
is. Know what I'm saying? So now, tell our visionaries a little bit about your short film without telling them about the short film. Y'all like what I did there? Because y'all gonna have to come see the short film. Matter of fact, you're gonna have to come see the short film at the Wild Chive. Did I get it right this time? The Wild about Chive, baby. After a couple hundred more times, I won't even have to think about it. You know what I mean? Because look, she's about to have dang, I don't even want to say premiere because she didn't have the premiere already.
Yeah.
But she's just gonna have a out the box, like she said, an out the box event, you know, up here, and you can eat, watch a movie. It's gonna be a vibe. I'm gonna be here.
Yeah.
Tell them about it. Tell us about it.
So we had 2 premieres of the film so far. We had a Long Beach premiere in December. Last month we had an Orange County premiere. We actually got short film festival gave us recognition, and so we're getting it out there, and it's getting some attention, which is nice.
Yeah.
And so my friend, like I said, Wendy and Susie both own this restaurant, and it's got a great, you know, it's beautiful when you see the space. You'll see what we're talking about, but I said, man, it would be cool to have a more social type event and bring the short film to a space like this where people can eat some amazing food, have some drinks, and make it more social, kind of a social event.
Yeah.
Have some music playing and just you know, a few words and just enjoy it and mingle amongst amazing humans doing amazing things. And so that's what we created. And yeah, April 8th here at the Wild Chive. Doors open at 7, and the film shows at 8 p.m.
7.
And we'll have you know, stuff that will attach to your platforms and mine on how to get tickets. But yeah, we're gonna really make it an event, and it really touches upon the subject of people who are unhoused and experiencing homelessness. And that's always been a passion of mine and my advocacy work. And so that's kind of what the story is kind of seen through the eyes of someone experiencing homelessness.
Yeah, hey, and let me tell you, it's a great story. And I went to the premiere and I listened to not only her in her Q&A, but it was a Q&A, but it was really like a lot of like-minded individuals, you know what I'm saying, advocates, you know what I mean, for homelessness. And I'm, you know, those who know me, you know what I mean, know I'm also a homeless advocate, maybe not to the extent of what you are, you know what I mean, but I know a lot of people, we may all just do what our little part, you know what I'm saying,
absolutely.
that we do, you know, but it's people like you and your friends that I met that are really like on the front lines of you know, helping homelessness, you know, and that's to be committed. Did I say committed? Wait, I ain't committed. Did I say that right? That's to be damn. You know, I ain't perfect, y'all. Hey, you know, that's commendable.
Is.
That's commendable. There we go. That's very commendable. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. That's very commendable. So, what got you into that space? What got you even thinking about? Hey, you know what? I want to help homelessness. I want to think about, you know, people with mental health, because that's not usually on everybody's front of brain. That's, people don't want to do that. They shy away from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's talking to himself, or oh, he's dirty, or oh, all these different misconceptions, or it may be the truth. They may be loud. They may be dirty, right? All those different things, but they're still human. You know, at the end of the day. So, what made you get into that to this particular service?
So 17 years ago, my father passed away experiencing homelessness. Okay. And so that hit me so hard. You know, I had to then navigate this trauma in my life, you know, unexpected trauma. And
can I ask you a question before we move on?
Yeah.
How old? You said 17. How old were you exactly?
When my dad passed, I was 30.
Okay.
So yeah.
You're still young, but even young.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s. So this happened when I was 30, and I dealt with it in my 20s, right? So in my 20s, I was dealing with watching my father experiencing homelessness. Okay. And then he finally passed right when I hit 30.
Got you.
And then, you know, I was in shock. And so all I knew how to do was to just go out and start to volunteer. Okay. I was like, I don't really know how to navigate all these emotions and feelings, but let me go volunteer. So at the time I was living in Pasadena, I went to Union Station. And that I haven't stopped since. I've been doing homeless advocacy ever since, out in the trenches, understanding people out there and their needs and their different backgrounds and their different circumstances and their different traumas and losses. And so yeah, this short was really about getting rid of those misconceptions that there's a disconnect. People who are housed, there's a lot of people who are housed who have a disconnect of understanding those who are not housed. And we need to bring that connection a little closer, a little better, understood, so that we could ultimately make change.
So when, I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit. So when you went out, and you said, that you felt, what did I say? You went to Union Station and you wanted to make it, you went out to help you ease your mind a little bit, right? Yeah. Did it help?
Absolutely. Absolutely. To me, I don't know what it is or what the wiring is within me, and all I could think of is that it's very personal, right? So when you see your father pass, and you understand that human was your dad. I never look at another person experiencing homelessness who maybe they're sleeping in the car, maybe they're sleeping in the street, maybe they're in a shelter, the very first person that always crosses my mind is my father. It's not that particular person at the first glance, it's my dad.
Gotcha.
And then my natural reaction is, what do they need and how can I help?
Gotcha.
Because it's personal.
Yeah.
If you've never had that personal connection, that's why I think it's easy to just keep walking by people, right? Because who is that?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see that. I look at someone, I see them struggling with whatever the circumstances are. I think of my father and I want to help. And so I think having a personal connection is what really, it helps me in my trauma. Helping other people helps me. That's therapy for me.
Yeah.
Right?
So as far as yourself, have you ever had to personally go through any homelessness?
So the only time I experienced homelessness was when I had to leave and vacate a place I was living. And I went to stay and help my mom out because what happened is my mom broke her leg at work. So I had to go stay with her and live with her till she was back on her feet, literally walking. And at that time, I was paying her rent. So they wouldn't let me stay there in a studio apartment with my mom. They were like, well, you're not on the lease, it's a studio. We don't rent studios out to two people. And I said, yeah, but my mom has a broken leg. Like, I'm paying her rent, let me stay here till. And they were like, nah.
Oh, man.
So that forced me to have to, my mom's gonna always have a roof. I'll be without a roof. My mother will never be without a roof, right?
Yeah.
So it was that situation. And so for a while, I was in my car. And then eventually, word got out to some family friends and they were like, what the hell are you doing? No, get your ass over here, put us in, they had a spare bedroom. And so they helped. I had the fortunate ability to have family friend help, right? Some people don't have that option. So they're stuck.
Exactly.
And so mine is a very mini version of it, but yes, I've experienced it.
Yeah, hey, but that's another connection, you know what I mean, that you have when you see somebody that's in the car. Like you say, in the misconceptions, you may see somebody in the car that's homeless, but they might just be $200 away from reaching that, okay, I'm out this car and I got a place.
Right.
Or $50 or that meal, whatever it may take, that tank, half a tank of gas is gonna get them to that job interview, to get them to that job but then if you just look at them like some old, what can I say? Just
lazy, they don't want to work, they choose not to work. There's so many misconceptions, and people, I think, unfortunately, judge quicker than they reach for compassion. And that's what I'm trying to flip. Reach for compassion before you reach for judgment, because you don't know people's circumstances, and to assume is obviously not the choice. Right?
Not the choice. Hey, yo, this episode is brought to you by Long Beach Natural Health. Hey, yo, holla at Long Beach Natural Health. Hey, holla at the owner, Jazz, on IG at Long Beach Natural Health for all your healthy drinks. You know, hey, look, she got sea moss. You know, she got orange drink, she got greens drink, apple drink. Hey, check this out. She got whatever drink that you may need. You know, matter of fact, she can make a drink specifically for your taste buds. You know, whatever blend, special mix you want, hey, she'll make it for you. Hey, tap in with Long Beach Natural Health. Hey, we all know health is wealth. You know, and Jazz want to get us healthy. You know, look, I like it. Look, I tried the beet juice. Beet juice don't even taste like beets. Long Beach Natural Health. Yeah, because the misconceptions, you know what I mean? It's a monster, you know. So where do you volunteer right now? Where do you go? Do you still go to Union Station? Do you move around? Do you just
move around? Mm-hmm. I'll go everywhere from Skid Row to our own riverbed, to some of the local shelters, and you know, places like Urban Community Outreach will feed. They have different meals they feed throughout the week, or you know, COA is another place. Like, it just depends on where I see, you know, my schedule aligns, and I can go and like gather up some people. You know, the advocate world is, we all know each other, so
okay.
You know, we get a team together and we go out.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it's everywhere.
Nice.
I mean,
so okay, now I got another. So, when I was listening to your Q&A, you was like, you go down to the city, talked about the city budgets and things of that nature. What do you got going on in the city of Long Beach? What do you do? What kind of work are you being done?
So I work very closely with, like, I was a commissioner for the Human Relations Commission for a couple of years, and I was really active. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know some of my visionaries don't know, and you know, some of my visionaries not even in California. You know what I'm saying? So, could you explain to us a little bit what's the Human Resource?
Human Relations Commission.
Could you explain that to us? What that is?
So there's various commissions within the city that try to gather people together who, it's kind of like advocacy work, right? Where you get a group of people together to say, like, economic development with the city. We want to help small business. What can we do? Let's get a group of people together. We make sure we're supporting our small businesses. Okay, that's one version. Mm-hmm. Human relations has to do with a lot of the inequity, you know, stuff that we're seeing within the city, right? When I was on the commission, you know, DACA and ICE was the big topic in the world at that time, building walls. Whatever. So we had a lot of you know, people coming in and expressing their feelings on what that was like, and then we would pitch various ideas. We'd meet as a group, we'd pitch ideas to our politicians and city council to say, hey, here's what we're hearing within the community. Representation is not equal in this area, that area, that area. We're suggesting that you guys do this, whatever the thing is, vote on it and pass it, because it's obviously an issue in the human relations of the city and equity. So, you know, things like that. And so that's where I really was, you know, hands-on. Nice. Working with our local politicians and things like that, and leaders, you know, our local leaders. And then, you know, there's other things like, you know, being part of the business association, and then being part of like the safety team downtown where my business was. And so I was constantly, you know, rubbing elbows with people within the city who are leaders, and really just not enough is being done when it comes, specifically to our homeless community. It's just, there's so many misses happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, I told you, I spoke with you, I used to work at a spot in San Pedro, and I don't even think I want to say their name because, you know.
Yeah, that's fine,
but they shut down, and, you know, they house over 200, you know what I'm saying, mentally ill adults, you know what I mean? And the way they just kicked them out, you know, just because they sold the property was, It's kind of hurtful. It was a whole bunch of, it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't even working there at the time, I had friends and people who worked there that had to deal with placing them, you know, and I know that's not the only place in the city.
Right.
You know what I mean? They shutting down. They shut down a lot of boarding cares, and
the city budget is part of the problem for sure. Money is definitely an issue.
Now tell that stat what you said at your Q&A about what percentage and what percentage. Could you please tell that stat, please?
Yeah, so the 2022 budget was prior to 2022 starting. Obviously, they're trying to approve a budget for the year 2022. Mm-hmm. So in 2021, me and some friends rallied up to go speak at City Hall because they have, time where you can get up and speak. They give you like a 2-minute little clock where you can get up and say your word. And the meeting was 5 hours long. We sat for 5 hours before we even got up to speak. And they had this circle up on the screen, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a pie. And it's like the city budget has got all these pieces of pie. And this huge, biggest piece of the pie for our 2022 city budget, which is 43% of the pie was going to our police department.
Say that one more time. How many percent out of 100%? You said what?
43%.
43.
And that 43% was an 17 million increase during the time when we hit the streets protesting that we wanted change within our police department. Long Beach was out there protesting, saying, please get more social services in, and let's take the police out as much as we can in dealing with this unfortunate issue of homelessness. It doesn't work. Policing doesn't work for that. Let's get more mental health professionals there. Let's get more housing. We need it. There are so many things, but we did get a percent of the pie, though.
Oh,
we did.
Well, what's the percent of that? I know the answer, but tell the people. Tell them. What? How many? They got 43. You got.
We got 1%. So basically,
that's
the
just
health,
one,
the
not
health,
one and nothing else. Just one.
Yeah, the health department, specifically in dealing with helping those experiencing homelessness, and this is after 2020 hit, when we know our numbers have been up and people are out there, and it basically came down to 1%, which is equivalent to about $5 million, when 43% that's going to our police department is equivalent to almost $300 million for 1 year, 2022. So that just tells you.
Wait, I'm sorry. I do this a lot.
Yeah.
But this one right here, you say Long Beach Police Department, they got $300 million?
Just slightly under $300 million for 1 year for 2022. And we got to help our homeless services, we got $5 million.
What you gonna do with $300 million? What kind of?
Buy fancy equipment like, the face recognition gear and whatever that tank mobile unit looking weird thing is that, because we need military, obviously.
Did y'all hear that? Now listen, who's in charge? Now I'm sorry.
While people are suffering on the streets.
Tell us who, all right, see, this is what we need to get. That right there, $300 million, what do you need $300 million for? But okay, I'm sorry. Who approves the city budget? Who's in charge of approving this city budget?
Our city council, the people that you're voting for, the 9 districts and the 9 representatives who you vote for, agreed on the city budget. All of them agreed on this city budget.
Okay, that was my next question. Do you know who agreed, which council members?
All of them.
It was unanimous?
All of them.
Where did the mayor stand on this?
Same thing. He's part of the city council, so he agreed.
It's this new guy, I follow him on Instagram. He running for mayor. I can't think of his name right now. He's a black guy. He's a black guy.
Oh, you think our vice mayor is running, Rex Richardson? Yeah.
Him?
Yeah.
He approved it too, right?
Yes. Just so you know.
What's his name again? Rex, right? It's Rex.
Rex.
Vision Scope Podcast and to talk to you, baby. Hey, if you want to be our mayor in Long Beach, hey, I'm a Long Beach representative. You're going to have to come through here because you know what? Things is about to change over here at Vision Scope Podcast. I'm making some changes, you know what I mean? And sitting here with GIO, you know what I mean? But she don't know what she done did. She done planted the seed that she don't even know she planted yet. But that $300 million, let me tell y'all, it didn't hit me a certain way. I got the chills when she said that, not the chills in the good way. And this is a real response, y'all. I'm not even just, I didn't know, I knew the 43% because she said it at the, but I didn't know, she didn't say the $300 million. She just said 43%, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to that. That's on another episode. I'm gonna come back to the 300 million. Rex, we gonna talk. That's on Mama Love. We gonna talk. But we talking to GIO right now. So back to your short film. We're gonna go back unless you want to keep going. No,
it's good. I mean, the only other thing I would say in terms of like what really needs to happen in the awareness in terms of, you know, our politicians and what they're doing is, you know, I just think there's a disconnect. I don't want to be this malicious person who's like saying whatever. What I'm trying to do is we've got to work together. And if we're going to work together, then we have to be able to talk to our politicians and let them know, hey, there's a disconnect. And the disconnect is this, this, and this, right? And here's where we need money. Here's where the budget, you guys need to step this up. Here's where, you know, and it's my hope is that eventually they get it and they jump on board and they listen. But the biggest problem with that is when you're dealing with something like the subject of the unhoused and people experiencing homelessness, our politicians in general refuse to have the real talk. And the real talk is about classism and racism. And if you're not willing to talk about classism and racism, you're never going to fix, right? Because everyone wants to fix this homeless issue. If you're not willing to have the uncomfortable talks, and it's not uncomfortable for anyone else other than you, right? Because we're trying to talk about it so we can make change. It's uncomfortable for politicians to sit there and talk about classism and racism because it makes there some accountability there, right? Yep. So if you're going to talk about this, then you have your actions need to support. And so it gets, you know, it always tries to get diverted, this subject, into, you know, other things. But to the core of it is classism and racism. It's LA County having 8% of black women and black men, but yet alone they make up over 30% of our homeless population within LA County. That's why. Why does that exist? Not because of any other reason other than what we call racism. And you got to acknowledge that. Classism. How are you going to make minimum wage this amount right here, but then your rent is up here? So you can't even afford the cost of living off minimum wage. We were all stoked when they were finally giving minimum wage, right? We're all like, yeah, the $12, $15 by this year, and but then you just cranked up rent and the cost of living. That's back to, it's like having a $7 minimum wage again. It didn't make a difference. And that is classism. That's keeping the people who own property, keeping them and their generational wealth, while others continue. And the middle class, you're just shortening it, making it smaller. That's classism. And so if you don't want to, you know, rent control. No, well, we can't do rent control. I was told that, and I believed it at first too. I was like, okay, I guess it's problematic. I still didn't understand. No, it's not. You know who wants rent control? People who don't own property, because we're getting squeezed. And who doesn't want rent control? People who already own property, because they need more. I'm sorry, y'all, you gotta fix minimum wage and the cost of life, or cost of living, to be a bit more even. Yeah. This drastic difference, you're going to see homeless numbers increase, period.
especially with these gas prices about $7. I mean, it's like you got $7 a gallon. You just said some people making about what do you say about the person that's making $15 an hour? Then half they check goes towards a day. I mean, an hour. Half their hour goes towards a gallon of gas.
Yep.
So 2 gallons of gas is an hour. So a lot of them is working for gas.
Yeah, and that, that's not living. And I don't know. I could go on and on, but the reality is if you're not willing to have these difficult, uncomfortable conversations, then what the hell are we doing? We're not doing anything.
Hey, she said it, y'all. Hey, I'm just a partaker of this conversation, and you know what? I co-sign everything she just said. You know what I mean? Because look, she speaks the truth. Because man,
the truth hurts, but we gotta address it.
$300 million. We gotta talk, man. I swear, we gotta.
Yeah, I know.
So, oh my God. All right, so look. Oh my God. Hey, can't y'all see I'm befuddled over this? Like, for real. But, so, all right, so. This short film, you got it. You go. What is your plans for this short film? I know you want to get into film festivals and things of that nature. And is it going to be more shows like the one here we're going to have here? Yeah.
So the short film is called LENNON. It's a 23-minute short, and it's a story. It's an actual story script. So some people think it's a documentary. It's not. It's an actual, acting involved and directing and director of photography and the whole thing.
Wait, who directed this?
So Jason Layton was the director, a friend of mine.
Nice.
Elliot Froz was the director of photography.
Nice.
And then I wrote it, produced it, and I'm in it with my girlfriend, actually. The two of us are the two main characters. She has some theater background, I have some theater background, and so we were able to get friends together that we knew and literally just make this happen. They were able to make the passion project for GIO come to life for my first ever film. So
nice.
But yeah, we plan on having more showings. We definitely want to do some out of the box thinking, like this event coming up, where it's maybe not in a theater setting, but it's also in a social setting.
Yeah.
We want to get out there and public educate people on this issue and what needs to be done to help. So, if anyone wants to hit me up, we have a package where we can, come out, show the film, have a quick talk about it in a Q&A and kind of get people educated on what to do. Whether it's a small business association or whatever organization, we can do that. But it's really about getting out there and getting word out there, sending the message.
So look, y'all, hey, all my entrepreneurs out there with businesses, hey, you want to do something out the box? You want to have GIO come, hey, she showed a movie, you know what I mean? She go, hey, number one, let me tell y'all, it's not free. Now, it's here, but it ain't free. She's selling tickets, you know what I mean? So, hey, partner up with GIO, hey, y'all can sell some tickets, pub up your restaurant, do something different out the box.
Yeah.
That's always well. Do I got that everything right?
It's true, and it's about community. I mean, really, if you, especially Long Beach, if you've been in Long Beach enough, we do have a strong community, but it needs to be stronger. It needs to be tighter.
Speaking of community, what community did you shoot your movie in, your short film in?
Long Beach. It's Long Beach local. Yeah. So you'll recognize spots actually as you watch the video or the movie. You'll see spots. You're like, oh wait, I think I know that spot, or whatever. So
April what?
April 8th. It's a Friday night. 7 o'clock. We'll have doors open up, and then 8 p.m. is the movie, and we'll stay a little after too. Music. We'll be playing some music, food, drinks, and just having a good time, socializing, and bringing community together to do some great shit.
Hey, I saw that meme. Hey, look, y'all gotta go on their website. The Wild Chive. You know what I mean? The Wild Chive. Go on their website, because like I say, I looked up there and, and the food looked there. I was like, wait, so when I come, I know what I'm going to try already. I think I might try that. No, it ain't no might. I'm trying that French toast.
French toast is amazing. They have an amazing breakfast burrito. They have a chicken sandwich. It's amazing. Like, just
oh man,
check it out.
Look. You know what? But they say you never go to the store hungry. I shouldn't have came here hungry. I'm hungry when I leave here.
Right?
Like, oh man,
right.
I guess since I'm in a vegetarian restaurant, I shouldn't say what I'm going to go home and eat. Right? But it ain't vegetarian. I take it. I take that.
I love it.
But yeah, hey, anything you want to leave us with? Anything else you want to add, subtract, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is if you have any questions or you want to get involved or you want, you're curious about doing homeless advocacy or the film Lennon, if you go to lennonfilm.org, lennonfilm.org, your website has all the information, the shows, everything there. So yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna have it right there. Wait, perfect. It's right there. No, I'm not having it. It's right here, y'all.
Look at that. It just right appeared here. Magically. Voila. Like a magic wand.
That's why they call me Majesty. Hello.
Majesty?
Yeah. But wait, Majesty, but it ain't magic, but it's all good.
It's majestic. Yeah. See? I got you.
There you go. Thank you. A majestic majesty.
There you go.
Wow. I might put a shirt on that, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget, y'all. Look, I went through the whole episode. I said I need to do this more, and I forgot. Hey, I guess I didn't. I'm doing it now. So don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel, right? We need you to like and subscribe, So hit that like button, subscribe, because look, we need 1,000 subscribers. Hey, we really need 1,000 subscribers. We need to pump that up. I ain't been pumping it up enough. That's my bad. So my visionaries, look, hey, come on. Help. Look, I know I ain't been saying it, but now I'm saying it. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit that like button, subscribe. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hit that donation button. Hey, Cash App us at Vision Scope Podcast. We do accept donations, baby. We out here. Hey, you want to help the movement? Hey, it's all appreciated. It's going to go towards gas. That's all. Hey. So, hey, work with your boy, and then once we get up, guess what we gonna do? We gonna give our gas card soon. Matter of fact, we'll talk about that later. But hey, as for now, hit that Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Vision Scope Podcast, like and subscribe. Thank you. Now I had to get that out the way. I went the whole episode, and I think I'm gonna do it more, visionaries. So, if I forget, hey, tell people to like and subscribe. Please.
Absolutely.
Because we up.
I love it. Yeah, we gotta support each other.
Gotta support each other. So, all right. So look, y'all gotta come check us out. Do you get anything else?
I think that's it.
Where should they go if they want to volunteer? Do you have a place that they should go if somebody want to volunteer right now? Where should they go?
There's actually a lot of places they can go to volunteer, but I mean, literally, you can go to Urban Community Outreach. You can go to the Long Beach Rescue Mission. I mean, COA. Those are all places that right there that you can. The multi-service center is kind of the hub, but they could also refer you to other spots as well.
And you know what I'm gonna do, visionaries? It just came to me. What I will do, I'll leave some links down below. I'm gonna get GIO. She's gonna lace me up with some game. Where I should go. She's just a lot, so she's gonna give me a list, or give me a website where I can get a list, and I'm gonna leave the links down there below. So if y'all wanna go volunteer anywhere, and guess what? You don't even have to wait and go to no particular organization to volunteer. Look, you can just go to the grocery store, go get you some lunch meat, go get you some bread, go get some water, and pass it out. You ain't got to do a lot. You know what I mean? Whatever you got, it is. If you got $30, hey, get $30 worth of some. It ain't got to be vegan. You can go get you some bologna, go get some sandwich meat, or some peanut butter and jelly. Anything helps. You know what I mean? Just think about if you was in that situation and you was hungry, you wouldn't be thinking about if it's vegan, gluten free. You just thinking about feeding your belly, and that's all it's about.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I think a lot of people feel like sometimes they can't give people money, and I'm a big advocate. Is we used to teach that because it was taught to me, but it was taught to me by people who didn't know what they were talking about, and I now put myself in check, and I'm like, what are you talking about? No. if you feel like you want to hand someone $5, hand them $5. No judgment. Whatever they do with that $5 is up to them. They're going to take care of themselves as best they can, and you just got to trust that and leave it in their hands and have faith in that. But if you don't feel comfortable giving money, food is an option, or socks, anything like that, beanies, sweaters, whatever. But the reality is I think there's this misconception that don't give them cash. They're going to do something shady. No, they're in survival mode. So with all due respect, you don't know what they're going to spend it on. Don't make those assumptions. If you want to help and you feel like giving $5, $10, give it. No judgment.
And you know what? See, this is why I do this show, man, because I get so motivated. I get inspired. Y'all don't know. I get inspired by a lot of my visionary stuff. I don't even say. I just act, because I steal advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm an advice stealer. I watch, and you ain't got to tell me. I can watch you, and I've been thinking about doing some different things, but I think now about once a month, I'm gonna ask my visionaries, I'm gonna put it all out there, and people who want to donate whatever, be it clothes, be it food, I'm take it and I'm have it all. It ain't like we're gonna, we ain't gotta get no money to me, you know what I'm saying? But the donations and stuff like that, we'll take it out and go, be it shoes, whatever you visionaries want to give, I'll go out by myself and give it out, hey, that's how I roll, y'all see me out. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, that announcement's gonna be coming soon, probably by the time we air this interview, I'll have something put together, because that says it ain't really nothing to put together. It's really just to do it.
Yeah. It's like I said, I think people are fearful of people, out there in the streets because they don't understand it, which I get, I get that could be a fearful thing, but as someone who's been in the thick of it and in the trenches and doing the work, these are humans who have a heart and a soul just like us, and they just want to be loved, they want to be respected, they want dignity, and they deserve to have hope for a better life. And the more we bully them, the less hope they have. The more we support and love and show dignity and respect, the more they develop more hope that this isn't their forever life. And that's up to you, the people who are housed, the people who are out there and have a place to sleep with a roof over your head. You can supply a positive energy and enlightenment, and if you think you can't, you're wrong.
Hey, listen, there's nothing else to say after that. Look, she just dropped the mic on us. You see what she just did? She dropped it. There's nothing else to say. And guess what? This is your boy DJ Majesty. Hey, I'm with GIO, Hey, thank you for joining us for another episode. And, like I always say, I'm solid, not potato salad. And we everywhere like air. Hello.
Vision Scope Podcast.